That video title, what? Divine getting a level 120? He plays a game and doesn't just merchant? I've been AFKing Thieving since about November 2014. I guess I haven't really talked about it on the channel, but I didn't really see the need to, as it wasn't something I wanted to turn in some long video series. I don't recall why I initially started Thieving, but the first few weeks I was just dropping everything I got from it, until I started realizing how AFK it actually is, and how I'm still constantly close to the Grand Exchange. The added variation of 1 to 4 clues per day also kept things interesting, as I always enjoyed those and still had a long-term goal of getting 3rd age one day. So that's pretty much why I kept doing it until the point where I am now, one click away from either getting punched in the face and looking like a total idiot, getting my final clue scroll maybe, and then getting 3rd age like I always wanted to get from a clue, or just getting boring 120 thieving. Let's see. Alright, boring. Let's do a loot video then and run over to the bank, where I've kept almost everything I got from 120 thieving, 939 hard clues, and 471 elite clues. Alright, well, for some reason my recording is absurdly slow right here. I'm not entirely sure what's happening, but you'll have to do it with that. I don't want to figure out what settings are incorrect right now. So this is basically the first tab that I have here with some random junk. And it's also all the clue items I have. So when I get a clue drop, I simply choose this quick layout thing, and then I have everything in my inventory for a hard clue, like all of the items right there. And if I get an elite clue, I'm just gonna, or if I have to thieve, I'm just gonna use the other one, and then I have just the book and the bow right there. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the first tab. The second one is the one where I've actually kept the loot. And as you can see, there's quite a bit in there. I've pretty much been keeping it ever since the beginning, and what this has is all of the items I got from elves and all of the stuff I got from the hard clues that I did and the elite clues that I did, which is a total of over 1,300 clues. So 939 hard clues and then 471 elite clues, I believe. Yep. So that's pretty much what I've got, and I was hoping to actually reach 1k hard clues and 500 elite, as that would have looked nice, of course, but it doesn't really matter. I was just doing it for fun. I tried to start at the same elven clan, so I would have like an even kind of those emblem thingies, the symbols, and that didn't entirely work out, as somehow the drop rate for the Ethel one, the white ones, are like really high. So yeah, that's that. Then the backstep cave, I've actually gotten 3 of these. I sold the first 2 and I'll add a screenshot to them here. I actually got them pretty close together in the very beginning, both from hard clues. And this third one I actually wanted to reroll, but it got cancelled by poison. And the reason why I wanted to reroll is because I gave myself a simple rule. I'm gonna reroll everything that's not 3rd age or a die. That was pretty much the rule, and I wanted to reroll this one. I actually had to reroll a lot of top hats as well, as those were like always on the reroll screen, and I simply wanted to get 3rd age. That was my goal. I didn't really care for the few 100Ks or the few mils. But yeah, I'll have the backstep cave here. I still kept this one as it's hardly worth anything anymore anyways. But that's that one. Then I have 2 effigies that I got. I don't think I opened a single one that I got. For the rest, I have all of the kits right here. Missing a bunch of dragon masks. I think in total I'm missing about 30 non-3rd age items from all hard and elite clues. But yeah, I think there's probably also like a black unicorn mask missing there. The Zamorak bow. The top hat goes here, probably, whatever. I don't really have a great layout, but I just kind of threw everything in there. I did get 3 gilded pieces, missing the legs and the skirt. Like missing the occasional, like the Zamorak blade body, some rune H2 legs and stuff. Missing a few items here and there, Armadillo Coif, but in general I've got pretty much everything, and some things like 9 times over, like the Armadillo chaps. So yeah, here I'm like missing quite a bit when it comes to all the god, scepter, mitre, whatever, cloak stuff. Also missing some pages. I have a crap load of, there's composite bows, way too many meerkat pouches and scrolls. Those are like some of the worst. And then all of my tickets that I kept, like I never used any skipping tickets, because after about, I think like 200 clues, you know, all of the locations by heart, even the scan ones and what are the other ones called, like the arrow ones. You just know once you teleport to Taverley where stuff's gonna be. 3 crystal acorns. I think I planted 1 of them, so I've probably gotten 4. Then these brawling gloves, I've gotten quite a few of those. I actually already had quite a few from back in the bounty hunter days that I've just kept separately here along with all the treasure trial, what am I saying, the Squeal of Fortune shit. But yeah, just threw that in there and I separated them. Still got quite a bit of brawlers. I'm never really going to use them, but that's that. Then all of these elven outfits that just keep stacking up forever. Not really sure what to do with that. And this is really where all of the items start that I got from clues themselves as rewards. I think a lot of these staffs are probably drops from the wizards. Just because I was curious, like, what's it gonna drop the most? Is it like consistent? And the fire battle staff was actually dropped the very least, which is pretty strange. Then really a lot of rune items. Dragon Mad Helms, 91 of them here. Over 260 rune plate bodies. Over 26k rune arrows. Yeah, just like a whole lot of things like these dungeoneering tokens. I hope you can open them all at once because otherwise that's going to be extremely boring. I'm probably never going to do it. Saplings, which are fairly rare. Then a lot of these one-dose potions as well. I think like over 3k here of the combat ones. And then ores and bars and things. And just, you know, everything you could possibly get from all of these elves around the different clans. It's pretty much what I have. Then a surprisingly high amount of, well, the harmonic dust, I think I might have gotten some from the crafting itself. I don't know how much of that I did, but a surprisingly high amount of mahogany planks. I was quite surprised with how many I've gotten from all of the clues, but they're like a really common reward. Always at like 24 or something or 48 at a time, I'm not sure. Then some of this summoning stuff, not really that much. I was kind of expecting a bit more. I think the incandescent energy here, it's not entirely correct because I've done a bit of divination, I'm not sure. But it's probably around this area. If I look at the other one, the blue one, it's just about the same. So it's probably about the correct amount of energy in total. And I've gotten quite a bit of these portents of restoration, like really a lot of those. Then these energy things and 35 cleansing crystals. I didn't use any of these. Also didn't actually train anything during bonus XP weekend. Then these Triskelion keys, I had 13 in total, and this is just like a leftover piece I had. I did all of those elite clues as well, as I felt like they were kind of part of it. I didn't want to keep the keys until the end for some reason. And let me check if there's anything in here. The Death, Blood, Cosmic, Nature, Law, and Astral runes. I think all of those are like rewards from clues that you can get. I'm not really sure how many of them were from clues. I think as for Nature and Law and stuff, probably the majority. Blood and Death, maybe not so much because I might have used them in Magic. And for the rest here, it's just like old Slayer stuff that I never use anymore. It's just like in here. Let me think if anything here is from clues. Yeah, definitely the anti-fires. Then also the super restores, the prayer potions. Probably not the brews. I don't think, no, you can get those from clues, pretty sure. But the dwarf wheat seeds and the lanthanime sheets for sure. You can get those from elites. I've gotten quite a few of those as well. Okay, moving on then. Here's where I keep some divination and summoning stuff. Still have a lot of these broad arrows here that I should disassemble one day if I maybe ever get a decent invention level. I only have about 30. I don't think I'll be getting 99. Then here's like teleport shit. Didn't need any of that. And here's like quest junk. And then the bonus stuff. I was obviously not going to click on the last tab here. That's pretty much the stuff I don't want to show. Same with the Grand Exchange. It's not the purpose of this video to show you guys my bank. It was more about the loot. So yeah, that's it. That's pretty much what I've gotten from all of these clues. I'm going to go pull everything out now and price check it. And then I will show you guys like how much I actually got from all of this. I'll add it all up and just show it to you guys in a quick overview. And show you that way how much I kind of made in total from all of these clues, including the one special item that I did actually get, which I didn't show in this video as I already sold it. First inventory about 14.1 mil, then the next one 17.6, 9.4, 1.9, which is probably the worst I will have, and 3.8 mil, 49.5 mil are actually from the pages. I still feel like I kind of got very few pages in total. I sort of expected more because whenever I did clues in the past, especially on old school as well, I got so many pages, and now like in the grand scheme of things, I feel like I got very little. So perhaps they changed the rates on those or something, I'm not really sure. It doesn't really matter. Then this is probably the biggest, 140 mil in total, because there's the tickets in here and some other things that really do add up a lot. Then 86.9, also some things in here stacking up a lot. 102.4, going on nicely. 18.2 mil here for the last inventory. And then finally the special rewards that I got, the backstab capes right here. The first one I got, I think after about 2 months in, January 2015, from a hard clue. It was worth 500 mil in the screen here, so I actually thought I got something amazing, but it was just the backstab cape, which is kind of the worst of the rare rewards. I did sell it for about 110 mil back then, so that was still okay. Then the second one I got, I think just about 2 weeks later or something, also from a hard clue, and I sold that for 100. I actually was thinking of re-rolling this, since I had this rule for myself to always re-roll everything that wasn't a piece of third age or a die, but I already closed the screen, and it's probably for the best because it would have been pretty stupid to re-roll that one. And then finally I did get a rare item which I didn't show before, which is the shadow die after almost 400 elite clues. So I did actually end up getting something from elite clues. And the final backstab cape that I got was also from hard clue. So it wasn't really great in terms of rewards. I've seen a lot of people get so many rewards on just like 20 clues done, like blood dice and whatnot. But yeah, I have to do it with this. Then in the end, I didn't do this for money because that would have been completely tragic if you add everything up. Let me see here, it's like 1,599 mil, and that's excluding the money that I get from thieving the elves. I'm not really sure how much that is. It's probably about 100 to 200 mil, but I'm going to exclude it here because I don't really know, and I don't feel like figuring it out either. But if you would calculate the profit per hour here, especially if I would take away the shadow die, which is just lucky in the end, then it would just be 650 mil. It's such bad profit. This is so incredibly slow, so I'm glad I didn't do it for that. For me, it was just for fun, and I had some while doing this. I won't be going on until 200 mil thieving. I could do that, double the rewards that I get, probably double the amount of clues that I do, but I feel like it's not really going to add anything to my life. I just kept on doing this because I started it, but it's really not something I would enjoy doing forever. So I'll be ending that here. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you all again next week for another one. Take care.